Let me ask you something real quick. How many times have you walked out to your car? Maybe it's cold outside, maybe you're already running late, and you turn the key and nothing. Just that sad little click. Or worse, that slow, dying groan like the engine is begging you to let it go. And you think to yourself, didn't I just replace this battery? Yeah, you did. 2 years ago, maybe a little less. And here you are again. So you go to the parts store, buy another battery, swap it out, and life goes on. Until it happens again. And again. And at some point, you start to wonder, is this just how it is? Is this normal? Are batteries just garbage now? Here's the truth. It's not the battery. Well, not entirely. The battery is the victim. And today, I'm going to show you who the real suspect is and why most drivers, even smart ones, completely miss it every single time. Welcome back to Infinite Garage. Let's get into it. Okay, so here's the deal. Most people think of their car's electrical system like this. The battery starts the car, the alternator charges the battery, done. Simple. And on the surface, yeah, that's basically right. But what nobody tells you, and honestly, what a lot of quick lube shops and even some dealerships won't tell you, is that this system has to stay in balance. And when it doesn't, your battery takes the punishment every single time. Let's start with the battery itself, because I want you to understand what it's actually doing. A car battery is not a gas tank. It's not meant to be drained and refilled over and over. It's a starting battery. Its whole job is to dump a massive burst of power for 2 to 3 seconds to get the engine turning, and then immediately step back while the alternator takes over. That's it. That's the battery's main gig. Start the car, then chill. Now, when you put too much stress on that battery, when you're asking it to do more than it was designed for, or when the alternator isn't properly replenishing what gets used, the battery starts degrading at the cellular level. The lead plates inside start to sulfate, which is basically a fancy way of saying they get coated in a layer of garbage that prevents them from holding a full charge. Once that starts happening, it snowballs fast. And 2 years later, you're standing in a parking lot with jumper cables wondering where your morning went. So let's talk about the charging system, because this is where the lie lives. Your alternator is the heart of your car's electrical system when the engine is running. It generates the power that runs everything. Your headlights, your AC, your radio, your phone charger, all of it. And it keeps the battery topped off at the same time. A healthy alternator should be putting out somewhere between 13.5 and 14.8 volts while the engine is running. That's the sweet spot. That's what keeps your battery happy. But here's what happens in the real world. Alternators don't die all at once. They fade, slowly, gradually. A little less output today, a little less next month. And your car might not throw a single warning light. No check engine code, no dash alert, nothing. The system just quietly starts running on borrowed time. The battery is doing more than its share of the work, night after night, week after week, and it's dying in slow motion. And by the time you notice anything wrong, the battery is already toast. So you replace the battery, but the alternator is still weak, and now you've got a brand new battery getting destroyed by the same problem that killed the last one. That's the cycle. That's the lie. You keep replacing the battery when what you actually needed to do was check the system. Now let's talk about something that makes this even worse. Parasitic drain. Every modern car has computers, sensors, modules, all kinds of electronics that stay awake even when the car is off. That's normal. Your car's brain needs a little bit of power just to keep memory, maintain security systems, stay ready. Usually we're talking about 20 to 50 milliamps of draw. That's tiny. That's not a problem. But here's where it gets sneaky. If one of those modules gets stuck on, if a relay doesn't seat right, if there's a short somewhere, if some aftermarket accessory is drawing too much power, you can easily end up with 2, 3, 400 milliamps of parasitic drain, sometimes more. And if your car sits overnight or over a weekend, that drain will pull your battery down below the threshold where the alternator can fully recover it. Do that enough times and the battery capacity drops permanently. It's like overdraining a rechargeable phone battery over and over. It just stops holding a full charge. Here's the thing that'll really make you think. Driving short trips is one of the most underrated battery killers out there. I'm talking about your 5-minute commute to the coffee shop, your quick run to the grocery store. Every time you start the car, you're pulling a big chunk of energy from the battery. The alternator needs time to put that back. If your trip is too short, it never fully recharges. Day after day of short trips means your battery is running at 80%, then 70%, then 60%, and it's slowly starving to death while your car technically seems to be running fine. So, what do you actually do about all of this? I got you. First, and this is free, this takes 5 minutes. Grab a multimeter. Seriously, you can get one for $15 at any hardware store. With the car off, check your battery voltage. A healthy, fully charged battery should read 12.6 volts or higher. 12.2 means it's getting low. Anything under 12 volts and you've got a problem already. Now start the car and check again. With the engine running, your voltage should jump up into that 13.5 to 14.8 range. If it's below 13, your alternator is not doing its job. Simple as that. You just diagnosed your own system in 5 minutes for free. The bottom line is this. Your battery isn't the problem. It's the messenger. And if you keep shooting the messenger without fixing what's actually wrong, you're just going to keep paying for batteries every 2 years for the rest of your life. Nobody's posting videos of themselves checking alternator voltage and going viral. But this is the real car knowledge that saves you money, saves you stress, and keeps you from being stranded at the worst possible time. That's what Infinite Garage is all about. If you got something out of this video, drop a comment below and tell me, how many batteries have you replaced in the last 5 years? Because I have a feeling some of you are going to have some stories. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe, because we've got a lot more of this kind of content coming. Real stuff, practical stuff, things the dealership doesn't feel like explaining to you. And hey, if you want to go even deeper on your electrical system, I'll link the next video right here. It covers the signs your alternator is failing before it completely gives out, and what it actually costs to replace one at a shop versus doing it yourself. Trust me, you're going to want to watch that one. I'm glad you're here. See you in the next one.